Hello, Stampers. This is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking to you on Tuesday at 2. I have to start out hoping some people join me today. We're gonna make cards from start to finish. Every time I make cards, I start out and I have everything all cut and scored and ready to go. Today we're going to start from the very beginning, cutting our cardstock. We're going to make our own DSP and off of the Share the Sunshine set. So just a little note. I wrote this down so I could share this with you guys. Stampin' Up! Has raised $161,000 to support organizations that are helping the COVID-19 frontline responders and vulnerable communities. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that's from the Share the Sunshine download. For $12, do you know how many people that is? So just phenomenal that we're helping and doing something for that, and that's what we're going to use today. For those of you that have had enough of this, and if you didn't do the downline, simple cards, learning how to do the your own DSP, very easy. I have a little thing coming up here. Okay. Anyhow, so it's a good thing. Simple layouts for anybody. This is as simple as I get because I generally don't do simple. I don't do simple well. Let's put it that way. So we're going to do that. And then I have I am just about brought to tears. So everything is down as sales are down. Everything is a little bit down, you know, due to what's going on and not having classes and different things going on. But I must say, I have had more online sales than I have ever had. So this afternoon, that's what I'm doing is I'm writing out cards. So Karen, Amy, Dell, Rhiannon, those of you that have just recently put in orders for me, I so appreciate that. These are online orders, so when I go in, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got an order, because that doesn't usually happen. I don't do a lot of online orders. So thank you so much for supporting my business. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get teary. So if you're on, I know Cindy's going to watch later because she had to work. I'm so sorry, Cindy, but I'm thinking about you. So if you're on, let me know that you're on, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. You can watch this at any time. It will be on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Stamping Journey, and it will also be stampingjourney.com, my blog. I put it on there too. So it's kind of all over the place for right now. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what we need. I had put a list out on stampingjourney.com and showed it last week on Friday. So let me turn the camera around and we're just going to get started here. Here we go. So if you're watching, let me know. Send me send me some words because that's what I can see later. Otherwise I can't. Oops, that was my nails. There we go. We'll just go like that. I think that's good. Okay. All right. So we're going to do Share the Sunshine things. So here were the directions. We're doing pages 7, 8, and 9. We're doing words from those. So coordinating colors, it tells you what colors to have. So I have out here Night of Navy, Pacific Point, Pumpkin Pie, and Mango, just following what they tell me here. And then we're using the stitched rectangle dies. We're going to use the medium Daisy Punch. And we are using, let's see, what other, I think the stitch rectangle and the stitch shapes is what we're using. So there we go. And then we'll be using, words from 7, 8, and 9, because it all kind of coordinated color-wise. So I thought that was sort of fun. So I'm going to set that aside, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the cardstock. So when I start out with a class, I'm getting ready to do a class. I'm going to move my things out of the way, and then I'll make sure that y'all can see this. So here's our little handy dandy cutter. Can you see that whole thing? Let's see here. I guess that's good. Let's see. If I make it too much bigger, then it goes right out of the screen. So on our cardstock, I have 4 different colors. I have Mango Melody, Night of Navy, Pumpkin Pie, and Pacific Point. So I am going to cut those in two. Let's get the cardstock cut up. So to make a regular standard card, and I'm going to do two at a time here. To make a standard card, you cut it in half at 5.5. So I'm just measuring up here at my 5.5 mark and just cutting it in two. There we go. So this is ready, and then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to right away just score it in half. So one side will be layers, one side will be the card base. So I'm scoring at 4.25. So the light colored handle is for scoring. So that one is scored. This one is scored, 4.25. There we go, like that, okay. And then the rest of the other two pieces that are left, I'm going to cut at 5.25. So that's my first layer, is 5.25 by 4. So I'm going to put this in, put it up to the 5.25, and I'm going to keep this little piece because on one of the cards I use this Pacific Point piece, so I'm just going to set that off to the side and then cut it at 4 inches. There we go. And then cut this one at 4. So I'm always lining it up again just to make sure and holding it down. I put my hand on this portion here to hold that down. And then these little pieces don't throw away because you can use those, remember. So I'm just going to stack this up by color. So here's my Pumpkin Pie and my Pacific Point. Now I'm going to bring over my Mango and my Night of Navy. This is in no particular order. I'm just getting this base stuff cut. So again, line it up close to the edge here so that it stays straight and at the 5.5 mark. So I'm just going to put that there, push that down. And then I'm going to score these right away. So 4.25 is being scored halfway because it's 8.5, right? So scoring at 4.25, and one more at 4.25. There we go. There. Okay. And I'm going to cut my layers now with these other pieces that are left. So I want to cut this at 5.25. Because the first layer is 5.25 by 4. So there we go. Cut that out. And then this is the 4-inch cut. There. And here we go. And those are my standard, you know, that's kind of a standard size for our regular envelope. So I'm going to just separate these out by color. There we go, because those are going to be my layers. And then I'm going to, let's put them over to the side here. And then I'm going to cut my white paper. So the inside layer and the next layer that I'm putting on, like this layer here on the front of your card, is cut at, and I have 2 sheets of white here. I'm just going to cut the one for this. Is that right? Yeah, no, I need 2 because it's 4 and 4. Okay. This is cut at 5. So I'm just going to at the top, tight along the top at my 5-inch mark here. And I'm cutting at 5 by 3 3/4. So just like that. So that's for one card. We'll use 2, one for the inside, one for the front. And here's my 3 3/4 again. Whoop, get in there. There. And 5. By 3 3/4. Now, when we, for class, you know, we do so many, and so I end up my girls that aren't here right now, this is what we do. Because I use the same size inside all the time. So we take my white cardstock and just cut it up and to that size. So that saves me a lot of time. If you're making a lot of cards and you're putting the white inside like that, just go ahead, save yourself some time and get that cut ahead of time. There we go, 5 by 3 3/4. So that'll be the front and the inside of all of our 4 cards. Now, I think I shortchanged you guys by 1 piece of cardstock. So you'll need, oh here, I know what we're gonna do. I shouldn't have cut that one. I should have left one just cut in half. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I did say 2 pieces of white cardstock. We're gonna do, well, we can do it this way. We're gonna do random stamping. We're gonna make our own DSP. So cardstock is all cut. I'm gonna move this aside for right now. And these are the stamp sets I chose to use today. You can use whatever you want. What I would suggest is using something geometric patterns or some of the, I love the ones that have all the different backgrounds, texture backgrounds, that kind of stuff. So I use the swirly frames and I use the daisy lane to make our own DSP. You can use whatever you want. These are the 2 and they are staying into this next catalog. So we're going to make 2 cards with each. I'm making my own. Now normally I would just have this cut in half, right? These pieces would be together. Because what we're going to do is we're just going to do random stamping. My favorite thing to do. I know June, you don't like random stamping. This is my favorite thing. So I'm just going to go with colors and start randomly stamping on here to make my own DSP. What I want to do is kind of fill up the space, right? With all these different, we're going to use the swirly frames first. So fill up the space with all these. And again, if I'm using one that is larger, like this big circle that I have a hair on from the cat, thank you, cat. I use my ink pad and I tap it down like this. Okay, so all I'm going to do is start stamping. So just start stamping wherever you want to stamp. It doesn't matter. We're going to go over and mix everything up, and it's going to be all over the place. I'm going to mess up my background, go off of the sheet. Now normally you would probably do like maybe one whole sheet like this, you know, one whole piece of cardstock, cut it up, and then you've got 4. But for time's sake, we're just doing these today. I'm going to leave that open because I'm just going to keep moving on with a different color here. So let me put this back, and I'm going to bring out my Pacific Point. So here we go. Again, this big square or rectangle, I'm just going to tap it. Tap, tap, tap. And then just put it anywhere. Just like that. There we go. Well, or it could go like that. There we go. Well, that messed up. I'm so sorry. See, I let it stick there. But let's do this. Let's go over that. And we'll put a sign over it. We'll put one of our things over it. No mistakes. We just keep moving on. We're just going to keep moving on, folks. Here we go. Like that. There we go. I'm trying to go too fast. Slow up. I'll slow up. There we go. Okay. There's our blue. Now we're going to add some of the fun colors. The pumpkin pie and mango. We're going to start out with pumpkin pie. And I have a couple other little shapes here. So I have little circles. And we're just going to stamp it all over. Just randomly filling in the white spaces is what you're doing. There we go. We'll do that. Now we're going to get our Mango Melody. And I have another rectangle here. What do we have a square. Let's do a square. So I'm just going to Stamp it all over, filling in the white spots. You'll see, we'll cover that little oopsie up. There we go. I'm going to separate them out and just look and see where I think it needs a little bit more color or a little more pizzazz here. There we go. I think we're good. It looks like a mess, doesn't it? But when you put it all together, it won't. It'll be cute, I promise. Okay. So there. That's our, I'm going to close this because I will wear it, you know. Okay. So that's our first two. And so I put those with Pacific Point is going to be one base with the Mango Melody. So here's my layers for that one. There we go. And that's the one I used, this little point here. So let's put the inside piece in just so I know where I'm going here. Okay, so we're going to use it on this one because this one has a bigger area where we're going to cover it up. So I'm going to take my words, put that over there. So on this one I use the business on the top, pajamas on the bottom, page 7. I'm going to use this verse right here in the Mango Melody color. So I'm going to bring out my cutter, and I found it easier just to cut, seeing where I should put all this, just to cut right down 4 1/4, which is half of the cardstock, right? So we're going to cut it at 4 1/4, move that off to the side, because in the inside, I also put stuff inside. I used on this other side here, so we're going to do that. I'm going to bring my Big Shot over here because we're going to cut out the words with our stitched rectangles. There. So put it here, and I think that I used this smaller one here. Are you guys seeing that? Can you see that okay? Hello, Colleen. Hello, Chris. Hello, ladies. Let's partay. Here we go. This is going to go like this. And try to get that straight there. Alrighty. There we go. Is that straight? I'm looking. There we go. Okay. So just going to cut that out. There and back. There. Take that one out. And then I'm going to cut out the words for the inside here. And that one was a little longer, I think. Let's see here. No, that works. Okay. Let's punch this one out. Okay. On camera, it's going to give me a hard time. Okay, there we go. Punch that one out. And then I'm going to put this one on here and just center that. You know what? I'm going to put this on a bigger, I'm going to use this bigger one here. Is that what I did? Let me look and see what I did here. No, I used the small one. I guess it does fit. This bigger one is going to use for the layering on the front because I'm going to cut it out of the, just that I can't see well when I'm, there we go. Okay, here we go. Cut this one out. So when I layer up, and I'm using that same color, the Mango Melody, a lot of times I will take the layer out of the front layer. Now you would never do that in the inside of your card because when you're writing on the card, the white layer goes on front, and if you're writing on the card, then you would you'd run into that little divot. So I'm going to cut out, this is the front layer, and this is what I'm cutting out, this layer here to outline my words. So I'm just going to cut that layer out. There we go. See, all this I usually do ahead of time. All the cutting out and the scoring and the all that good stuff gets done before anybody sees it. But I thought if you're new to stamping and you want to see exactly how things get done, I thought it would be fun today to do it from the get-go. So I'm going to move this off to the side again. There we go. I think we have all of our pieces cut out. Here's our words. I'm going to turn this around because it's kind of messy, so you won't see, but you know, we're Stampin' Journey, talking on Tuesday. Turn it around here so I have a clean slate to work on. Let's see here. I should have had, you know, everybody does their own little thing and they put a little piece of paper there, and I was like, oh, never thought about that. I am not real organized with that kind of stuff. Okay, so this piece is going to go here. This is going to go here. I want this skinny piece here to go right across my area, the front of my card. So what I'm going to do is just hold that in place and take my little fingers, my little snips here, and just cut that off. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. I was going to get more glue and I didn't walk over there. I had a whole bunch of phone calls right at the end. My sister, who we are sewers, I mean, most of us, my sisters, and we are all sewers. My mom taught us to sew early on, and her machine died, which is a nightmare. If you're a sewer, you know that's a nightmare to have your machine die. I think this needs to go a little bit lower here. There we go. So she had to call to say, I have a new machine. It's like, I'm so happy for you. I have to go on in 5 minutes. I need to go. All right, so here's our words. I'm just going to glue those together here. Layer that up. There. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on there. We're just going to go 3 right down the middle here. And this is going to go right on the top of this. So one of my very first videos I did this, I cut that out, and then I went and put my glue on right down the center. So when I put it down, I glued the whole layer onto my grid paper. That was not a shining moment, so I will try not to do that right now. And I need to move that over just a little. There we go. I'm going to snip this here. There. Okay. So I will remember to just go around the outside because I cut the middle out. You might as well cut it out. You used it. You know, it's just going to be sitting there unused. So there we go. Ta-da, ta-da. All right. Now this one's going to get popped up on top. And then I'm going to use some of our cute little polka dot ribbon on here to tie a bow. So this is going to go like this. There. And I'm going to move it over just a little because I'm going to put my ribbon here. So just like that. And here I love this little polka dot ribbon. So we're going to, it's really stretchy. So we're going to tie a bow with this one. So I'm going to give myself a lot of extra ribbon here because I want a bow. Usually I just tie, right? I just knot it and put a little knot on there, but I decided it needed a bow, a real bow. So here we go. I gave myself lots of extra. I'm going to sneak this around here and have a nice big bow on this one with some nice tails there. It's a party. Just going to cut this one off a little bit more. Okay, throw that down. Ta-da! There, See, we covered up the little kaboom there. Okay, that's going to go on my Pacific Point. I'm just going to glue that down. I'm bending the card so that it'll let me move my ribbon around where I want it exactly. All right, and I'll go over that. There we go. Let's put this down. We're almost done with the first card. And the next one I chose, like we have another geometric, but then the last two cards are using the daisy, which is really fun and layering up. But I like the geometric, especially if you're doing some like guy cards and that kind of stuff. They don't always want flowers. So on this one, I took my little rectangle here and I did Knight of Pacific Point on the inside, just to give it, sometimes I put designer paper in. Today we're doing this. So I just kind of did a little rick-racky kind of thing here, just to give it a little interest in the inside. And then just glued my verse. Life may look a little different, but we are all in this together. Put that down here. There we go. There. Ta-da! Glue it up. We got our first card done. Ooh, I felt like I was running a race there. I need to settle down and just, I don't do that well. I don't settle down well. I like, let's get going. Da 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 da. Stamp it, stamp it. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had the verse going the right direction. I've done that. There we go. Put this in the inside. First card. Is that fun? Random stamping, just following the rules of the colors that they told us. So there's our first one. Now, let's put that over to the side. Our second one, we use the same sheet. We're going to use the mango base. Where is you? That's really great English. Where are you, mango base? Here it is. We're going to use the mango base. And remember, when you score, you fold away from the valley. So here's where I scored it and pushed it down so it's indented. You want to fold away from the valley, just like that. Okay, so there's that, and I used Knight of Navy on this one. So again, we're going to use, let's see here, where are my words? We're going to use this, let's see here, where is it? This one. I've been working on my home body. That's over here, I guess. You gotta find my little words here. We're gonna use this one here. I've been working on my home body. So I finished Netflix. Hope you're staying entertained during this time of social distancing. So those are the pieces we have to cut out. These here. So I'm gonna put that there. And then also I'm going to cut out this Knight of Navy square out of my layer that was on the front layer. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to put this off to the side a minute. Bring over my big shot again. Here. There we go. Let's bring this over this way. Okay. So my first one is a square. I'm just going to cut this off. I'm not dealing with so much paper here. There. And I use the stitched shapes for this one. Put that over there. I can use that later. Let me verify what size I used here. So I used the second to the largest shape, square, and there we go. That's good. I'm going to cut that out. There. Crank. There we go. My plates are getting so bad. But until pretty soon we'll have a new one. So I'm just kind of doing with what I have. There we go. Now I want to use that same square to cut out of my front layer. So I'm going to do that right away on the return trip. Take it back this way. There we go. Put that back over there. I'm just kind of punching this out here. There, okay. And now we're going to use our stitched rectangles to cut out our words here. And I think I use that same, yeah, I use this lighter color here. Okay, whoops. I might have to use a piece of, there we go, washi tape here, just to hold it in place so I don't move it around. So if you have washi, just kind of, loop, it'll just hold it in place there for a minute. Let me run that through. Big noise. The first time my first big shot and I did that and I got that big noise and I was like, oh my gosh, I just spent $99 and I broke it. I didn't, but that's what it felt like. Nobody told me it was going to make a big noise and I didn't know that much about it. I just bought it because it had just come out when I signed up and I thought, I guess I should have that because if we're going to sell it, I should know something about it. And yeah, oh boy, now I can hardly make a card without using our die cut machines. I so love them. So here I'm going to put the bigger one on here. I think that was what I used. Is that the one I used here? So I finished Netflix. Does that fit? No, yeah. Yes, it does. Nope, that one doesn't. I need a bigger one. Bigger. The next one up. Here we go. There. I'm just going to put it right like that. Okay. I don't know what one I used on there. It looked different, but we're going with this one. There. Okay. Take that off. That off to the side. Now I have everything cut out and ready. And now we can put it all together. Let's move that over here. Move my big shot over again. Lots of moving and shaking here. Okay, let's bring all of our pieces back. This one's going to go in there. This one's going to go in here. Here's the front of our card. This one's going to go this way. So, like that. This is going to go inside. This is going to go on the front. Just laying out all my pieces. Okay. So, let's do this. So let's do that. Okay. We're going to glue this on. Just put it around the edge. Get that piece put on there. Okay. And then these two pieces, what I did here, I wanted to have it at an angle. So I used my grid paper and set that up right in the cross hairs there. Alrighty, just like that. Then I just put glue kind of in the center here. And then I lined it up to make sure I had it straight. I'm using my grid on here. There we go. Move it over just a little bit more this way, I think. There. Ta-da. And then that is going to go on with dimensionals. Just doing a little bit extra, a little bit different instead of always having it just centered on there. And I thought with the geometric patterns, it was sort of fun to do that. I am putting way too many on here. There we go. So this piece, we're just going to throw off all our little, I'm just pulling these off. Putting them on the floor for the sweeper. That's me. When I put on my other hat, when I go into the cleaning mode. Okay. This is going to go on like this. There. And then on this one, we had this wonderful crinkle ribbon. And so I did a double bow with that. We're going to put it on with a glue dot. I'm just going to press it into the glue dot. Use my pickup tool. Pick it up. And put it where I want it, right here. There. Tails are a little crooked, so let's straighten that out. That would bother me. There we go. Bring out my big scissors. Boop, there. Get that fixed. And then I used some of the little dots here from Happiness. So these are leaving, but I love these little tiny dots. So we'll use the bigger ones. We're going to put one on each side here. We're going to put one here just to add a little bit more interest. And here. There. Okie dokie. That can then go on the front of our card. And we have the front done. There we go. So my printer kind of prints out, everybody's printer is different. So this is supposed to look like a Pacific Point, I think. It's a little bit lighter on my printer. So, but it still coordinates well enough. It's in the blues, so we're good with that. So on this one, I'm going to take some of the Mango Melody, a little circle here, and I'm going to put some interest on the inside. We don't want it boring, and we're going to just glue those words on there. We're not printing, so I'm just going to do just like I did last time with the square. I'm just going to put some circles up here. There we go. Doesn't have to be uniform or perfect. It's just to add a little fun inside there. Okay, there we go. So if you have trouble pulling that, I was having trouble. This is a brand new one. Push from the other side, and then you can pull. And I always pull from with my index finger and just pull over. So there we go. So let's put this in there. Ta-da, ta-da. Just lining it up. And where's my other words? Here they are. There we go. And I just line this one up right next to it. I have all that nice stitching. I love the stitched rectangles. There we go. And we're going to put it on the inside. Another piece of Night of Navy. I cannot leave out that layer, because when you look inside, you just need that bit of color and extra. I think it balances the card out. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I guess I have that pretty crooked, don't I? We'll send you the different one. Okay, here we go. And done. There. Second one out of the way. Okay. Now we're going to use the Daisy Lane. We're going to do these two. Woo, with the Daisy Lane. So what I did on that one, here's our two, let's make our DSP. So here we go. We're just gonna random stamp again. I started out with the big daisy with pumpkin pie. So here's my pumpkin pie, and here's my bigger daisy. And we're just gonna do this. And we're just gonna stamp it wherever. There we go. Sort of try to center them here and there a little bit. Okay, this one can be a little bit different. This one's going to go the other way anyhow, because one's going to go sideways and one's going to go, one's horizontal, one's vertical. There. Now instead of lining these up and using my, you know, the same stamp again, I decided I would go with the mango and line it up a couple of times, just kind of guesstimating over the top of these to create kind of a different flower. It's a flower of my own making. So I just kind of lined this up. So the petals, I went in the center of these petals. There. And then I moved it over again and just stamped it to create my own little flower. So it doesn't have to be a real flower. Could look, does that sort of look like a chrysanthemum maybe? Some of them are different. So that's all I did, was I just kind of, I thought it was more interesting. And I liked the color tones, to have the different colors in there. There we go. There's that one. And then you just keep adding as you need it. As far as, you know, if you're making your own DSP. We've done this in class, and it was really fun. But everybody's is going to look different, so you have to know that. Whether you use the same set or not, same colors or not, everybody's is going to look a little bit different, and that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be, because it's yours. There. Doesn't that look pretty? I like that. Okay, and then I used the Pacific Point and added some of the pretty ferns in there. So here we go. My Pacific Point, my little ferns. And they're just sort of randomly put in here. Off to the side, going the other direction. Just filling in where there's some white spots, right? So it's just making your own pretty paper. There we go. So this one has less flowers in here, but we're gonna put more of the ferns, and it can overlap. You can go in and, you know, they can touch. It's okay. There we go. Add another little touch of blue there in the corner. There. I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. So for this first one, we'll use that one this way, we'll use this one this way. I'm going to set one off to the side, and I used the Night of Navy base on one of these. Here we go. Here's my Night of Navy base. Again, I'm folding away so that the valley, I'm folding away from the valley there. And let's put my little flower over there. And then I use the pumpkin pie paper. Now on this one, instead of using the die cuts, I used my little daisy punch on the inside, or the outside layer here. So I just made sure that I was far enough away from the edges so you won't see it, and punched out two of my daisies here. There we go. Come back here. There we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue these two together right away. So this is a little messier, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But making your own DSP. But it's fun. take your favorite sets and just play with them. When they start out making our designer paper in the catalogs, a lot of those are like, some are photographs, some of are drawings, some of them are watercolor, and they start out with a small design, and then they just keep reproducing it all over the paper till you have the 12 by 12 or the 6 by 6. So it's sort of fun thing. To put my little daisy together, I took my bone folder, and I just did a little curl on the edges here. I'm holding onto the base so I don't pull the petal off. We've talked about that before. You don't want to pull the petal off unless you're playing He Loves Me, Loves Me Not. And on this case, we're not doing that today. I put a little bit of adhesive right in the center and then just offset my little daisy here. There we go. Press that down and let that sit for a minute. The nice thing about the green glue is you can dial it in. There we go, until you have it exactly how you want it. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And then again, we're going to have to do some cutting out. So let's go and do that. Let's do that right now. So I need to cut out my words. We're going to use the Just Breathe. Let's see where that one is. Here, Just Breathe. And on the inside, I put the night pajamas and day pajamas. So I put some from here. So first of all, I will bring over my cutter. Move that over. And I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. Well, this one I think I moved over because this one is so much larger than this little one on the side. So I think I cut this one about 4 1/2 so that I had more room, because this was going to obviously be smaller. So cut that at 4 1/2, and then I used my Just Breathe here. I'm gonna cut some of this off so I'm not pulling all of it in there at the same time. There we go. And then I'll use my rectangle to cut that. And on this one, so this one has two different, right? So I cut it in half at 5 1/2. Cut my paper in half to work with it. And then I'm using this one here. So I'm going to leave that because we'll use a square and I'll cut it out. And then I used, in the inside, I used this Happy Quarantine words. So let's move this to the side. We're going to pull out my Big Shot again. There we go. I told you this one was going to be a little longer. So if you're brand new and you haven't done this, I thought maybe it was interesting, maybe it's not. Maybe you'll say next time, just cut it out and do it for us. We don't want to see that part of it. We just want to see the end result. But a lot goes into it. A lot goes into designing and trying to decide what color and what shapes and what sizes. And I kind of go round and round because if I don't like it, it doesn't come out. Although I shouldn't say that. So one of my very first classes, this is one of my weird stories. One of my very first classes, I had designed these cards and I was so nervous. Would they like it? I don't know, and so I designed all these cards, and there was one card I did not like. I did not like it at all. It was not, to me, I didn't think it was cute at all. And I was like, oh my gosh, now what am I going to do? Well, I didn't have time to design another one. So I ended up using that card. And that was the first time ever. Well, I mean, I hadn't done very many classes. So that was the first class. I had people over. And I had a lady that loved that particular card so much that she bought everything to make that card. And that was the card that almost went on the floor. I wasn't going to use it. I was like, no, I really don't like that. I'm not going to use that. So you never know. Everybody's likes and dislikes are different. And that was like, woo, that was kind of cool. I was so excited. I didn't say, oh, thank you for the sale. I said, really? And then I kind of got yelled at. It's like, you're not supposed to say really. Really? You want to buy that from me? You're supposed to say, thank you so much. How else can I help you? But I'm not. I'm more on sharing and having fun and showing you what I'm playing with than I am on sales. I'm not a pushy salesman. So I just want everybody to have a good time, and I love what I do. I'm very, very, very lucky to have this job. Here we go. So I just kind of fell into it, and I thank God that I did, because it has worked out so well for my family that I can sit and do this fun stuff. Okay, so here, let's bring back our parts. Here we go. This is going to go on the front, the Just Breathe. And I'm going to use dimensionals on here. So let's put that on. And I have been blessed with such a great group of ladies. I have a lot of them that are from the very beginning. I've been doing this 12 years, and probably about the last 7 years full time, since I had to quit working. And so it's been so much fun. Okay, I'm going to put that down there. There we go. And my little flower, I'm going to glue right here so it overlaps the words a little bit, like that. I thought that looked kind of neat. There we go. Okay, and I use some of these little glimmer enamel shapes in the center here for my daisy. Give it a little sparkle. And that's just going to go right on the front here. So kind of fun. See that? So all those missing pieces, nobody knows. But again, you would not do that in the inside. If you forget, you have to get scrap paper, because in the inside you'd be writing on there and you'd fall into that little divot. So you have to, if you're going to use the layer, the inside of the layer, make sure that it's the outside layer. There we go. And now our inside piece, we're going to do a little bit of stamping on here. I think I'm going to put one of our mango daisies in. We'll do a little one. Mango, here we go. And just going to, there we go. We'll do one more. There. Oh, that looks like a mess. Okay, I don't like that one. We're turning it over. There we go. Come on, let's get it centered here, Cheryl. I like that better. Let's do one more, because I don't like this. Okay, and let's see if I can find petals to go in the center there. Okay, I like that one. Now look, see? Way better. Not acceptable. Way better. Okay. Do it again. You can do it again. We have double-sided paper. It's like a miracle. I'm so thankful we have double-sided paper. So it says, I changed out of my night pajamas into my day pajamas to send you this card. Which, you know, sometimes I declare pajama day here, and that's the day somebody's going to stop in. But I just say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't look. There we go. Put this on. And I think I'm going to use another one of my little jewels to put in the inside of the card too, on my pretty daisy. I'm going to overlap this one. There we go. Overlap it, and then we're going to put a jewel on the inside so it's just as pretty as the outside. There we go. Ta-da, little sparkle. And then that's going to go on. Boy, I'm crooked today, y'all. Oh, that's infuriating. Okay. Come on, there we go. Ta-da, ta-da. And there we go. So happy quarantine. Thinking that That is a positive thing. Happy quarantine that you changed out of your nighttime pajamas into the daytime pajamas. Pretty soon, folks, we'll be out and having class together. I'm planning on doing a open house, and then I'm just going to do it by the hour, so people will just, ta-da, there we go. Do you love this daisy stuff? I just think it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Look at, completely different, but pretty. They're both pretty. Okay, last card. Here's this one. We're going to do a birthday card. And here's our piece that we just made. This is going to be a pumpkin pie base with Pacific Point layers. There we go. And again, we're going to cut out of the front layer. We're going to cut this circle out. So I'm going to grab my Big Shot. I'm going to put that over here. We're going to do our party pajamas here. Let's see here. We did the birthday one on this. Where did I put it now? Where's the birthday? Where's my birthday ones? Okay. Where did I put it? I had to have one that had a birthday because I just thought that was wrong not to do a birthday card with all this. Well, where did I put my birthday stuff? I'm looking here. I'm out of the screen. Let's see here. Where is my, oh my goodness sakes. I have everything at my fingertips until I want it. Now I have to find my birthday saying. I'm looking. I'm so sorry. Whoops. And my phone is going crazy. 4 missed calls. That's okay. Well, where's my 7, 8, and 9? Oh my goodness sakes. Here I was too busy moving everything around and not getting what I needed, I guess. Where's my birthday? Here, let me look on this one. I'll just pull one up anywhere. Birthday, here it is. Here's one. We're going to do a different one. Sorry about that momentary delay. Here we go. It's your birthday. It's a little bit different than the original, but that's okay. We're going to use this small circle. I'm just going to verify. There we go. Still matches. Matchy, matchy. So they didn't have an inside birthday verse, so I did use the verse from the Daisy Lane stamp set to go inside this one. So here's my birthday. There. I'm going to use the bigger circle, next circle up on my front layer, smack down in the middle there, and run that through. There. Okay. I made a mess today. Holy cow. Just a terrible mess. All right. Move that aside. Bring my papers in. That's going to go there. This is going to go. So I chose to offset this circle instead of having it right next to each, you know, just kind of centered in there. I thought it looked a little more artsy. And then I used some of my I'm So Sad That Are Going Away, some of my sequins there on my circle to accent it, give it a little glitz and glamour. Let's put this layer on. On Friday, I think I'm going to show you some of the new things. Woohoo! I've been working on. My new box of goodies came in. If you didn't see the video, I have a video opening it all up. It was terribly exciting for me. Like goosebump exciting. It was really fun. There we go. I'm going to do that. Now on this one I used our white satin ribbon with the silver metallic. This is staying. Yay. Thank you, Stampin' Up. Staying in the new catalog. So I'm going to cut off a generous piece. This one I just knotted, so I didn't have to worry about putting enough in to tie the bow. I just did a nice knot on it. So, and I do 90 degrees like this. Hold it here. Top one does all the work. It's going to come over. I'm going to hold it with my other finger, hold the knot tight, and then I'm going to pull it, and I'm watching this piece here to try to get that nice and flat. That is always my goal there. Just like that. And if I want to move it, I just bend the cardstock over. So there we go. Let's cut off the tag, the ends here. Ta-da! Come on. There we go. Throw those away. This is going to go up on dimensionals, of course. Add some interest, right? Just popping one little thing up adds a lot of interest to the card. So it's just not flat. There we go. Throw my little pieces away. Okay. Bring this over. And I'm just gonna make sure that tab doesn't get stuck underneath. And there we go. Now, here are my little sequins that are going to be leaving, so I thought, well, I'll use them here. So I'll start out on the middle, and then just put, I always like to have an uneven number. So we did 3 here, there. And that's going to go on the front of the card. Here we go. Come on, green glue. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. There. Putting this on the pumpkin pie just pulls the colors out, brightens the card. If you put it on the darker color, I generally tend to use the darker color for the framing, and then a little bit brighter, whatever color you want to pull out. So if you have a multicolored designer paper, test it with different colors of cardstock behind it, and you'll see what it makes it pop, what colors make it pop. And so on this one we used It's Your Time to Shine here. There. And I'm going to use we're going to put one of these. I think the ferns are so pretty. The other one we had a flower. We're going to put a fern in this one just on the side here, just to add a little something something. And then here's our words from the Daisy Lane stamp set. It's your time to shine. There we go. Okay. Close that baby up. Put this on my Pacific Point paper. So you know, you see me shaking this down. When I'm using my green glue, I always leave it on the side like this, so you don't have to shake it quite as much. This one's almost gone, so that's why I'm shaking it a little bit more. But people are so used to setting everything up, straightening up, put it up like this. If you do that, the glue is going to go down every time. So if you at least set it on the side, you're a little bit faster to getting ready to use it. So here we go. There. And we'll put this in the inside. Ta-da! We are done. So today you made your own DSP. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's bring out we made our own DSP. There. And where's my other flower? Where's my other flower? Here it is. There. Ta-da! So, what do you think? Is that fun? Would you try that at home? Hopefully some people did it with me. I did have the ingredients and what you needed. So hopefully some people did it with me, or you can go back and look. You can see what I used and do it. Don't throw away those little pieces. Use those on some of these. I could have put some more inside, but I was running long enough taking your time up here today. So those are our cards. So much fun. I have one other thing I wanted to share with you is that for signing up for the May, for next month, this is May, for next month's Paper Pumpkin, don't forget, look at how cute it is. A box of sunshine. It's a special one by Sarah, our CEO, and lots of fun, cute little things inside. And it said there's a lot of extra things. It makes 8 homemade cards, and it has a lot of different stickers and extra supplies. So again, you can make more than what those 8 cards. So I'm going to turn this around, see who's chatting. It was long. I'm so sorry, you guys. I kind of went a long time, didn't I? But I wanted to start to finish. Oh, Sarah's watching. Sarah, I did terrible today. I'm so sorry. Of course my boss would watch when I'm not on my best. But Chris, thank you. You like the cards. That's good. I know I went too fast. Then I start talking and go so fast. But you can go back and watch the video and stop it. So, hi, Trudy. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed it from start to finish. I think if you're not a stamper or you're new to stamping, starting off and what do you do and how do I cut it? When I first started, on the top, I always use these grid sheets, but on the top of my grid sheet, I constantly wrote, I have something popping up here, I constantly wrote the sizes of all the layers. Now I have it in my head, but for a very long time, every time I would change my grid sheet, I would repeat and write those same layers on my paper. So it was just sort of silly. But anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Go to the YouTube channel. We're up to 100 and I think 104. So we hit that 100 mark. Thank you so much. If you're interested in the Paper Pumpkin, there's a link on my website, stampingjourney.com. And I think that's it. Y'all have a great week. I will see you on Friday. I'm going to share some new things with you on Friday. So that'll be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, something you want to see, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. So thank you so much. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.